Welcome to the He's Got Issues Independent Comics Edition number 104.3. I'm John Cooney here to preview new independent comics being released January 22nd, 2014, beginning alphabetically as usual with Boom Studios and Bravest Warriors number 16. The Bravest Warriors are finally getting the break they deserve. Just a nice time for friendship and feelings? Not. It's another crazy mission where the Bravest Warriors must once again save the universe before it destroys itself. Next, we've got Deceivers number 2 of 6, Let the Games Begin. At luxurious parties all across Europe, conman Lincoln McCord and Adney Zaruka dance around each other, trying to worm into one another's confidence in an attempt to uncover the true identity of the international thief Micah. Little do they know, the noose is slowly closing around both of their necks as the international intelligence community starts to take notice. We've also got Hacktivist number 1 of 4, Why We Love It, from the creative mind of Alyssa Milano with artist Marcus II of Huntress and Red Robin, and writers Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly. Hacktivist is a fast-paced cyber thriller about friendship and freedom in a time of war. Why you'll love it? Fantastic characters and stunning action set pieces, beautifully illustrated by Marcus II and Eisner-nominated colorist Ian Herring. What it's about? Ed Hickox and Nate Graft are young, brilliant, and co-founders of Your Life, a social networking company that changed the way the world stays connected. In secret, these best friends are also Save Yourself, the largest white-hat hacking group on the planet, exposing information and sparking revolutions across the globe. Next, we've got Midas Flesh number 2 of 8. Fatty and the crew have arrived at the forgotten planet, Earth, to find the source of power that has transformed the entire place to gold. While they scour the planet in search of a myth, we get to know the crew a bit more and find out exactly why they're chasing legends in search of a great source of power. And we've got Peanuts number 15. No matter how hard Charlie Brown looks, he cannot find a single story worth writing about for his school newspaper assignment. Luckily, Lucy is on the case and she's found the perfect solution. When you can't find a story to tell, you have to make life tell the story you want. Press here, and many more fun stories can be found in this month's issue of Peanuts, jam-packed full of brand new stories starring Charlie Brown, Snoopy, Linus, and Franklin. From Dark Horse Comics, we've got Captain Midnight number 7, fighting for his life in Washington, D.C. Captain Midnight struggles to do any damage to a secret organization's brutal assassin. Meanwhile, Agent Jones is abducted by an unexpected captor who may reveal the unsettling truth about the mysterious Black Sky's motives. Next, we've got Conan the Barbarian number 24, the penultimate issue in Brian Wood's acclaimed Queen of the Black Coast. The demonic residents of the river Zakheba have exacted a devastating toll from Conan, but still they demand more. With nothing left to lose, Conan sets out to face an evil whose power is beyond any earthly reckoning. We've also got Dark Horse Presents number 32. Delve into the twisted video game tale with Brandon McCarthy and Darwin Grimwood's The Deleted. Rich Johnson's Miss Cranbourne returns. Mike Mignola and Mike McCann reveal the surprise twist in the nuptials when Hellboy gets married. Plus the long-running DHP serials Alabaster, Boxcar Tales, and Nexus Into the Past reach their thrilling conclusions. And of course, new installments of Integer City, City of Roses, Monstrous, Kill Me, and St. George. Next, we've got Elfquest, the final quest number 1. The Wolf Rider's chief, Cutter, knows the change is coming. His tribe's proximity to the Palace of the High Ones, a mysterious and magical oasis, makes this inevitable. As Cutter's daughter Ember, chief of her own tribe, shares her father's efforts to preserve the old ways amongst their kin, the human tyrant Angrif Dejah ascends the mountain her clan call home and rocks the foundation of their peaceful existence. We've also got Mass Effect Foundation number 7. When elite Cerebus agents are ordered to capture a powerful and dangerous rogue Bionic, they are completely unprepared for the fury that is Subject Zero, better known as Jack. We've also got The Massive number 19. An improvised explosive device rips through the capital while at port in the Baltic Sea, and the group claiming responsibility is no group at all. It's an individual. Arcady, the demon from Cal's past in Mogadishu. When Cal goes to confront his nemesis, he discovers that Arcady holds a piece of the puzzle that could change everything. Next, we've got Mind Management number 18. Once one of Mind Management's youngest and most unusual agents, Ella the Animal Kid had a crisis of conscience and disappeared for years. Now Marrow's found her, but is it to interview Ella for her book or to make her take a side? And either way, can she escape the jungle alive? And we've got Star Wars Legacy 2 number 11. Just who is Anya Solo? Is she a lowly salvage dealer from a backwater planet, as she says, or is she an escaped prisoner and the murderer of an Imperial knight, as the authorities claim? From Dynamite Entertainment, we've got Badass number 1 of 4. If Kick-Ass and Deadpool had a baby, it would be Badass. The only difference being that Dead End is a villain through and through with no intention of serving anyone. What makes Dead End so great is his self-aware humor and biting sarcasm, the mark of a true evil genius. Hard to hate and even harder to kill, Dead End is an eloquent psychopath who fights for something better than justice, himself. Next, we've got Battlestar Galactica number 7, the beginning of a staggering and terrifying new story arc. The Galactica leads the fleet into an uncharted storm zone to escape the Cylons, but what dark secrets await them there? Are the dreams the colonial crews start experiencing genuine dreams of the lost colony Earth, or nightmares of something very different? We've also got Battlestar Galactica Starbuck number 3 of 4. The origin of Lieutenant Starbuck continues, told by #1 New York Times best-selling author Tony Lee. Framed for a murder he didn't commit, Starbuck is forced on the run with only Apollo by his side, while Adama gains help against Osiris from a traitor named Baltar. Next, we've got Doc Savage number 2. It is 1949, and Doc Savage and his aides return from an adventure in far-off exotic locales to find danger waiting for them much closer to home. Someone has discovered the location of Doc's crime college, the hidden hospital where he cures prisoners of their criminal tendencies, and Doc faces an impossible situation when forced to choose between the greater good and the life of his own cousin, Patricia Savage. Next, we've got Legends of Red Sonja number 3 of 5. This bold experiment in anthology storytelling continues as the Grey Riders continue their quest to hunt and kill Red Sonja. But is she truly guilty of the horrendous crimes she's accused of? Spectacular short stories by Rihanna Pratchett, Leah Moore, Nicola Scott, and series regular Gail Simone. We've also got Little Bionic Kids number 1. Better, stronger, faster, and smaller. Steve Austin and Jamie Summers are the newest students at ASI, the Academy of Science Intelligence, a school for the unique and gifted. They are also both cyborgs, human kids with a variety of high-tech body parts and modifications. Can these two outsiders put aside their shyness and a growing rivalry in time to take a stand against alien invaders who are determined to ruin the ASI track and field day? And if that isn't enough, each little book comes with a 2-page activity sheet. Next, we've got Lone Ranger number 21, Blizzard. On the way across the endless plains of Kansas, Tonto and the Lone Ranger are caught in the snowstorm of the century. In addition to the snow, the West's greatest heroes must battle a band of cold-blooded killers and a case of pneumonia. The Old West wasn't high noon, a bright sun and dust. Sometimes it was midnight, a full moon, and pure white as far as the eye could see. The snow of the plains will be stained with blood by the end of this long night for the Lone Ranger. Next, we've got Mocking Dead number 5. At long last, DIA agents Bunch and Malik uncovered the connection between the long-lost film Mocking Dead and the real-life undead plague keeping the globe, and you have to see it to believe it. But with the zombie apocalypse quickly reaching the point of no return, can they stay alive long enough to get it to the military in time? Next, we've got Vampirella Annual 2013. Vampirella meets Baxter, a serial killer with a code who only preys on other killers. But why are there so many other serial killers cropping up in Miami? How does Baxter keep escaping so many close calls with the people he works with, who are all police detectives? And what is it all building to? And we've got Warlord of Mars, Dejah Thoris number 34. In part 2 of 2, Dejah Thoris and her renegade brother, the twisted Kajak Thoris, circle toward their final confrontation. The lives of her entire family hang in the balance as events from the past collide with the present to dictate the future of Helium's royal family. From IDW Publishing, we've got Jinnrise number 9. In an effort to defeat the alien Cabrani, Andrew and his ragtag team continue their quest to assemble the army of genies. 2 Jinn bottles remain to be found, and together they hold the key to Earth's fate. The Jinn and their human allies prepare for the final battle, but the key to victory may mean handing the Cabrani their most powerful weapon yet. Next, we've got Judge Dredd number 15, Badges Part 2. With judges being assassinated at an alarming rate and chaos breaking out in various blocks, Dredd is more determined than ever to find the killer, a former judge who went insane about being cloned and incarcerated. But the case draws Dredd into the crosshairs of the Special Judicial Squad, who think he's to blame for all the troubles of late. If you think Dredd plays rough, wait until you meet the skull-cracking sadists of the SJS. We've also got Judge Dredd Mega City 2, number 1 of 5, Dredd heads California way. As part of the Judicial Exchange Program, Dredd is sent packing to Mega City 2, a sprawling city covering 5,000 square miles of California west coast and centered in what was once known as Los Angeles, where he soon discovers that they do things differently there. Next, we've got Magic: The Gathering, Theros, number 4 of 5. Dak Fadden remains in Theros with his new artifact, a powerful gauntlet that holds many secrets, but those secrets may bring trouble to Dak's doorstep, and the Planeswalker Thief will have to face a foe unlike any other. We've also got Mr. Peabody and Sherman, number 3 of 4. Mr. Peabody and Sherman are always happy to lend a paw in the name of science, whether it means splashing down in Archimedes' bathtub or dropping apples on Isaac Newton's head. But things really go off with a bang when the time-traveling duo head back to ancient China and invent gunpowder. We've also got My Little Pony Friends Forever, number 1, introducing a brand new ongoing series dedicated to exploring the magic that arises from the friendship of two different ponies. Prepare for anything in this fun-filled team-up comic. Our first pony pairing features none other than Applejack and Pinkie Pie. When the two enter a baking contest, you can bet the culinary hijinks are gonna get messy. Next we have Samurai Jack, number 4. A mystic queen of great power and beauty accepts no criticism, especially from a lowly wandering samurai. Can Jack find another one of the threads of time before he's imprisoned for royal heresy? Next we've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Utrom Empire, number 1 of 3. Intrigue and betrayal around on Burno Island. This miniseries takes us to the Technodrome where Krang's plans to destroy the Earth are ramping up. Little does he know that Baxter Stockman plans to harness its power for himself. As the two villains scheme, one imprisoned robot holds the key to success, Vugitoid. Will he be able to reach the Turtles in time? All this plus the long-awaited story of the alien Ultron race. We've also got Transformers Robots in Disguise, number 25, Dark Cybertron Part 7 of 12, What Lies Beneath. Ultra Magnus leads what's left of the Lost Lights crew deep into the last place they ever thought they'd be, and they find the last Cybertronians they ever expected to find. Meanwhile, Megatron vs. Galvatron, round 1. And we've got X-Files Conspiracy Ghostbusters number 1. The conspiracy continues. The lone gunmen investigate their first lead, the Ghostbusters. Are they frauds and charlatans bilking unwitting clients out of money, or do they have special insight into the afterlife? And how are they connected to the plague that's poised to wipe out humanity? From Image Comics, we've got Aphrodite 9, The Hidden Files number 1. Peek into the proprietary black box of Aphrodite's mind. The cybernetic assassin Aphrodite 9 has survived the rise and fall of countless civilizations. What sacrifices and tragedies has she seen that have been erased from her memory? Next we've got Bad Dog number 6. What Happened Stay. Conclusion. Like all good trips to Vegas, this saga ends in tears and spilled milk. Spend your new year in a pit of misery and mayhem with Lou and Wendell as they face down the Dairy Queen, her well-horned lord, and Baker, the raging jackhole. We've also got Bedlam number 11. The finale to the explosive second arc is here. The city is on its knees, manipulated into causing its own destruction, and only Fillmore Press can save them now. Next we have Chew number 39, Family Recipes, Part 4. Amelia's been writing again. And we've got Dead Body Road number 2 of 6. Will a standoff in a diner lead Gage one dead body closer to his revenge, or is it just a pit stop on the highway to hell? Next we've got Deadly Class number 1. It's 1987. Marcus Lopez hates school. His grades suck. He has no money. The jocks are hassling his friends. He can't focus in class thanks to his mind constantly drifting to the stunning girl in the front row and the dag nasty show he has tickets to. But the jocks are the children of Joseph Stalin's top assassin. The teachers are members of the ancient League of Assassins. The class he's failing is Dismemberment 101, and his crush, a member of the most notorious crime syndicate in Japan, has a double-digit body count. Welcome to the most brutal high school on Earth, where the world's top crime families send the next generation of assassins to be trained. Murder is an art, killing is a craft. At King's Dominion High School for the Deadly Arts, the dagger in your back isn't always metaphorical, nor is your fellow classmates poison. Join writer Rick Remender with rising star Wesley Craig and legendary colorist Lee Louridge to reminisce about the mid-1980s underground through the eyes of the most damaged and dangerous teenagers on Earth. We've also got Krampus number 2. From the alleys of Italy to the mountains of Nepal, the Krampus globe-trotting quest continues. When a clue leads him deep inside the Himalayas, the Krampus finds himself facing a legendary foe. Plus fallout from Father Christmas's decision sparks ascension in the North Pole. The stage is set for the Santa coup. We've also got Pretty Deadly number 4. Every death must love and every death must die. The cycle of world demands it. The one who captures our last breath must breathe his last before becoming injured to the pain of loss. This cycle is ending, but this death will not go easy. Next we have Sex number 10, Sex Goes Global, Simon Cook is stalked, Larry gets laid, Keenan seeds his future, Annabelle keeps it together, the pranked addict is run down, bring the noise, bring the pain, bring your money and buy more sex. We've also got Umbral number 3, Blood from a Stone, Nightmare Shadow Creatures, Murdered Kings, Slaughtered Smugglers, Mysterious Hobos, Mythical Gems, and Stone Guardians. It can only be Umbral, the incredibly rich new fantasy world from Wasteland's creators Anthony Johnston and Christopher Mitten. Join Rascal as she fights to uncover the truth and to stay alive. We've also got Walking Dead number 120, All Out War Part 6, This War is Taking a Toll. And we've got Zero number 5, the solicitation text for this issue of Zero has been censored by the agency. There's nothing to see here. From Valiant Entertainment, we've got Eternal Warrior number 5, must read Valiant, all new arc, all new jumping on point. Valiant's immortal champion builds a bridge to 4001 AD. The future has arrived. 2,000 years from today, the planet has been transformed by science, technology, and war. The centuries have not been kind to the Earth's own undying warrior, but a battle that could change everything is just beginning right here in the 21st century. Rising star Diego Bernard joins New York Times bestselling writer Greg Pak to make history with a brand new vision of the Valiant universe that is to come and define a brand new era for heroes, past, present, and future. And we've got Exo Manowar number 21, Exo Manowar Prisoner of War. Stripped of the Exo Manowar armor, Eric of Dacia has been imprisoned and interrogated at an off-the-grid black site. But what knowledge could the governments of the world want from a man who's journeyed 1,600 years to the present? A man who liberated an alien planet. A man who once wielded the most powerful weapon in existence. What knowledge could they want, you ask? All of it. And the Agents of Unity will exact every one of Eric of Dacia's secrets by any means necessary. Okay, so that's a look at some of the top independent publishers this week, but there's still plenty of other books out as well, so be sure to check out my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com to see both the Marvel and DC videos for this week, as well as my usual roundup of all my favorites for the week with a little more depth and insight than you get here. And if you like these videos, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment and subscribing. You can also follow He's Got Issues on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Tumblr to see everything I'm reading as I read it. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.